and just wanted to pull out probably 3 areas for you all from my own personal life as a leader, because I thought that maybe it would be helpful to have the leaders come and share not so much material but experience, and illustrate for you some stories from our own life and leadership development that will help you as you develop behind and with us. And I wanted to start with the wisdom piece, because I think wisdom for me is the most critical part of the leadership development piece that Christ wants to give us. I think we brought out that piece in Psalms that all power comes from God, and that God is really concerned about us knowing that He's the one that's given everybody power. But because everybody has power, they often, as we know, a thug could have power. You know, a gang could have power, but it doesn't mean that they're wise. It doesn't mean that they should be respected, and it certainly, doesn't mean that they have authority. So it's like all these pieces that we see in the world. There are some folks who are doing some great stuff, like I saw at the Grammys this year. What's her name? Nicki Minaj. Did you all, anybody see the Grammys? Saw a presentation, and it was so demonically inclined. Did y'all see the demons? Did you see did you see the casting out? Did you see all of that? And folk are looking at that and they're like, wow, that's really neat. But what you see is she would be something or someone to me to be respected, because you're under the power of darkness. You are using your gift, your power, to do something that really is releasing now across all of the world the influx of evil. But you got power. You have creativity. You really got it going on. You got the whole stage lit. You got stuff happening. You are levitating, and everybody's like, wow, but you don't know who's really controlling you. And to me, the most important thing about leadership is knowing under whose control you're going to live your life. That's really what it's all about. Somebody's going to control. It may not be there's an old song, it may not be the devil, it may not be the Lord, but you're going to serve somebody. And so leadership is, we all got power. All power comes from God. Everybody born has some kind of influence, some kind of creativity, something about them that's unique. But how are they going to distribute it? Who's going to be the one that gets control and authority over it? And so that really becomes the question for you as leaders. You're going to be a leader, but whose leader are you going to be? Let's shift it. Be a leader, great. But whose leader are you going to be? Because you're going to be a leader of light or a leader of darkness. Brittany started out and said you're either going to be a worldly leader or a what? Or a godly leader. So everybody's leading stuff. Everybody's pushing out their stuff. Everybody's releasing their record. Everybody's releasing their song, releasing their new this and their new that. Everybody's powerful. All over the world, we got powerful people. Coming out of South Africa, coming out of Europe, coming out of the Asian market. Everybody's got sound, everybody's got glitz, everybody's got bling, everybody's got something. But where is it emanating from? Where does the genesis of it? What makes it have its kind of uniqueness? What's behind the scene? And so really when we talk about godly leadership, it's critical that we know who's behind the scene and who's above our head, who's got our back, who's pushing us forward. Because it looks the same in a way. I mean, you got several things going on in the world. You have Hitler, and he is dominating the world. He's dominating all of Europe. He is pressing right into this place where folks are like, I never thought anybody would take over Europe. But he's got power. And now he's got authority because evil has said, I want the Jews totally exterminated. In the South, the white, what they call Jim Crow, had power. He was like, I am going to put all the niggas in their place, keep them in second-class citizenship, and let them know white is right. Brown may stick around if you're a mulatto, but black, what? Get back. And so you have power all over the world, people in leadership position. I mean, folk in governorship, folk in judgeship who are ruling people, powerful leaders. One worldly, one godly, one light, one dark. I mean, it's evil and godly, evil and good. It's just all over the place. And so really our challenge to you is you're going to lead something. You all gonna do great stuff. That's not the issue. But it's whether you're gonna shake your booty and put it out on stage and flip around and somebody's gonna clap, or are you gonna use your mind, use your heart, use your skill, use your ability, and get the same clap in a different way? It's everybody's gonna do something. But who's going to inspire it, and where is it going to emanate from, and who's going to have authority over it, and who's going to undergird it, and how is it going to flow? So that's our challenge. I wanted to start out with my journey because I believe early, like I said, I had to make some decisions. I was the oldest daughter, and we have two girls born to my mom and dad, and so there were no brothers. It was just me and my sister Cheryl. And I had this crazy, I don't know, thing about me that I liked books. I just always liked books. I like to read, and I was always, my mother would say, you buy a book before you bought a doll. My sister loved dolls, I like books, and so I was always reading. But I really didn't care about people. I'm serious when I say that. There were older folks in our AME church. I grew up in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, AME church, down in West Palm Beach, Florida, St. Paul AME. And I thought it was the most boring place in the world. I still do. I just thought church was like, what are we doing? So we would be sitting there in the back of the church. All the children sat in the back. And Mrs. Lula Mae Thomas, Ms. Lula Mae Thomas would come in with her white gloves on because she was the usher. She was the, what you call a head usher. And Ms. Lula Mae didn't play. We didn't write no notes. We didn't move. We didn't do anything because the AME church was a sacred service. So she would sit us down and we would just be like this the whole service. And she would, don't you move. And so we would be there. There was no clapping. There was no movement. If somebody said something, you just kind of shook your head. So it was just boring growing up. And because I was a reader and because I had understanding of things, I thought, this is dumb. This is stupid. I mean, why are we doing this? And who is Jesus that we would, and then the presiding elder of the church, who was a little old bald man, I can't remember his name now, but he would preach these sermons that had no logic. They had no reasoning. I mean, I was a debater in high school. I was a forensics championship. I understood language and words, and I'm listening to this man